from, who they are, what they are, what do you think about them as a whole, especially with D'Amico Ryans? And, what did you think about the year Will Anderson had?
Well, I mean, I feel like they're a great organization. What they did, in his first year, and then just bringing in Will, bringing in Henry Toto, having them Bama guys there, they know what it means to win. They know the values of the standard of the organization, bringing in a great culture. That's a great organization.
Did you get a chance to meet the Texans yet?
Nah, I haven't.
Justin, I talked to two of your old buds there, the linebackers, Turner and Braswell, and Turner said he wasn't that surprised that Nick Saban retired because he thought he was a little looser and a little cooler with the players last year. Braswell said he was shocked. So where do you fall on Nick Saban's retirement? Were you surprised, shocked, or did you kind of see it coming?
I would say I'm in the middle, man. Like, I don't know if y'all saw that picture of him when we had that rain delay against USF.
Yeah.
I kind of knew something was up.
Yeah.
but I mean, it's like anything. If you can't give it your full go, you're never going to cheat the game. And I feel like, once he realized he couldn't give it his full go, it was time for him to step away. And then, he's been doing it for a long time. You realize there's a lot more than football. It's family. And as you get older, you become more appreciative of them things. So nobody can fault him for the decision he made.
What's interesting is that both of them said almost the same thing, that thought he coached forever. Because you see him as this legend when you come in, and you just figure he'll always be there. Right?
I mean, all good things got to come to an end. I'm pretty sure people, was the same way when the Golden Girls, ended. All the good things got to come to an end. I was shocked, for the guys who ended up coming in, but at the end of the day, Alabama is a factory chain. It's going to keep pushing. If you hold on to the values that he instilled while he was there, it can keep going.
Justin, what are some of the most valuable life lessons that they say taught you that you've been carrying with you, not just for your future football career, but the rest of your life?
Each and every day you have a chance to get better or get worse. You're never going to stay the same. What you make of each day is what you make of it. Either you're going to take the chance to get better or you're going to take the chance to get worse. You're never going to stay the same.
Justin, obviously your injury last year kind of ended the season really, really early. What are you telling teams that might be concerned about that?
Well, I didn't get injured last year, not this past season.
Not this past season, last year.
You gotta look at it, man. Everything's on film. I played the whole season, practiced every game. I'm a physical guy, so if it was something that was wrong with me, something would have came up. I'm okay with doing all tests. There's a reason why I was able to come back. If I didn't check the boxes, then I wouldn't have been able to play the game. If you come to Alabama football practice, man, we bang. So if it was something wrong with me, then something would happen. I wouldn't have been able to play every game.
Do you think Turner got a rep after he knocked a couple quarterbacks out with hits? I know he got Daniels last year, and Ewers, the Texas guy, year before. I asked him about this. He was cool with it, but you think he got a rep with people when he knocked people out?
A rep?
A rep. Maybe a bad rep. I don't know.
That's what you want to do. You want to get off the quarterback.
Yeah, he said, I'm just playing football.
That's what it is, football.
What'd you see on those?
I saw him get to a quarterback. That's all I saw.
And that's football.
Right.
I wondered if it works in reverse. NFL guys like a guy that'll go all the way to the limit and even push it. I don't know.
That's the reason why they like him.
Have you seen a guy like Jeremiah Alexander and Keon Keeney?
I let him too much there.
Honestly, it's kind of hard because they're in the outside linebacker room. You got to keep striding from year 1 to year 2. For Jeremiah, from year 2 to year 3. You just got to keep getting better each and every day. They're going to keep bringing in great guys. It's going to push you. So it's up to you to, keep taking them strides to be better.
Have you met with Tampa during this process at all?
I didn't talk to some Tampa reps.
Was that a formal or informal meeting?
Informal.
And how did that go? What did they kind of talk to you about?
Just same old, trying to get to know me. That's all this process is right now.
Justin, if you were to put together a scouting report on yourself, what are some things you would have
I mean, like anything, I say I'm a good run defender. I'm versatile. Great at stopping the run, being able to, be relentless, in pursuit. I would say, coming up with consistency in the pass rush. That's anything, that's anybody. Just understand that, I'm looking to get better in each and everything. So I got a lot of things that I want to work on. I don't try to praise myself too much. It's a lot of stuff that I try to get better on. So it's a lot of things that I think of.
You're from the Atlanta area. Have you thought at all about playing at home?
Honestly, man, the first 21 years of my life growing up, I thought about it. But honestly, man, just to be able to play part any of the 32 organizations, man, that's a blessing. If I have a chance to play for the Falcons, man, that'd be a blessing in its own right. But any opportunity is a blessing, to be honest with you.
Were you a Falcons fan as a kid?
Of course.
Have you met with them at all throughout the process? And I guess, what were some of your early childhood, I'd say like childhood memories maybe of watching Atlanta on TV?
Man, yeah, getting to know each other in the process. But I mean, growing up, man, of course, Michael Vick, getting Matt Ryan, then getting Julio Jones, that 2012 NFC Championship game against the 49ers when I thought, that was going to be the first time in my lifetime I see them go to the Super Bowl. And then in 2017, man, I was in 10th grade. I honestly thought that they was going to win that Super Bowl. And then, all the countless memes came out 28-3, but man, it's been ups and downs, but I've always been a Falcons fan,
Hey, Justin, I'm from Fox in Atlanta. What do you remember about Forest Park days? What are your fondest memories?
Man, it's kind of tough because them Friday nights wasn't always the best, but man, just trying to uphold being a guy that stayed true, that stayed there, didn't transfer out. Trying to follow in the same footsteps. And not a lot of people know that me and Hines Ward went to the same high school. He ended up he was class in 94, I was class in 19, so 25 years prior. Trying to be one of them guys that you could say, hey, look where he went to, and he didn't have to go to a top program like a Grayson or Buford, or a Tucker. And just, showing that, they can find you if you put the work in, man. That's all you got to do.
I'm glad you said it because, it was a tough time. It's not a program that's turned out a lot of guys at Alabama or NFL players. What does that mean to you to potentially be the next one in line?
I mean, it's a lot. A lot of guys, that come from my environment, come from my city, that they can, look at me as somebody who, made it out. Because a lot of times you want to have a blueprint as a blueprint in the same avenue that you're trying to go down. And a lot of times it's easier if you see a guy who done it as far as you, as opposed to you trying to be the one that create a path. So, I'm just trying to create a path that a lot of guys, they can stay focused and, see that I done it or doing it so far and, be able to follow in my footsteps and, keep creating that legacy that people will follow behind them.
The other thing I want to ask you about quick is, it's a crazy injury that you had to deal with. How do you look back on that time and coming out the other side?
Man, adversity, anytime you go through adversity, it really teaches a man or a woman who they are. That 2022 year, I ended up losing my brother and had that neck injury the same year. So it really taught me who I am, just not on the field but off the field. It made me more appreciative in every avenue of my life. And I, a lot of times when people come back from injuries, easiest thing they always say is that, I'm gonna come back better, but it really doesn't happen. I wanted to, put action behind the words that I was saying, and I worked each and every day. I worked each and every day for an opportunity that whether it came or not, I was gonna be prepared. And that's how I worked. And, I wanted to, be a guy that when I came back, man, I wanted to be a leader. I wanted to, be the head of the guy in that D-line room, because a lot of guys ain't came, and it showed, like I said, the blueprint. Quentin Williams, Raekwon Davis, Christian Barmore, Fadarian Mathis, then Byron Young, who I came in with. So I wanted to be a guy who can follow along that tradition. And I wanted to put everything that I had into this season and want to keep moving forward, because that was something that made me a lot more hungry. It showed me something even more that I didn't even know I had in myself.
Justin, you really had a breakout season this year compared to your first few years at Alabama, and you talked about following the blueprint, following the process. How did that really come not only in the stats, having a career high in sacks, tackles, but also just in like that leadership aspect from the end of the season last year to this year to be able to make the college football playoff again, take Bama where they're used to. What kind of was the work done behind the scenes for that to get to that point where you had that breakout, not only in the stat sheet but also as the leader of the team?
It's a lot of stuff that's done behind the scenes that not a lot of people see. I'm not the type of person that broadcasts, what I do. A lot of film study, man. Being at home, when I'm in the bed, watching film, looking at scouting report, or, in the meeting room, I already know the play call, so I'm looking at even more film. In the meeting rooms, in the hot tub, cold tub, looking at that. Then on the field, man, going out there trying to do little finite details, striking the sled after everybody gone, because if I can sit up there and get a little bit better than somebody else on that day, then I'm still getting better. I can strike the sled 5-10 times. That's something that somebody didn't do 5-10 times. So just trying to get better at that, understand that, realizing where I was and that pain that I felt watching my guys, go out there on Saturdays without me, being able to practice without me, not being in the weight room with them during the year that I was hurt. I carried that same pain and passion into this past season, and I still carry it with me. I looked at it like, man, it took everything out of me, and it hurt me seeing them, lose to LSU, lose Tennessee, not be able to get back to the college football playoffs. And I understand we didn't finish the goal this past year, but to go through everything from losing to Texas to not having the greatest game against USL, where a lot of people doubting us, to really in turn, turn things around to where we was able to get a win against Auburn on the road, then going to Atlanta against UJ, being them. Then, we gave it all we got in that last game against Michigan. Things didn't turn out, but, I feel like from week 3, nobody really expected us to be there. So that's something to, turn your head on.